Hi everybody, welcome to Redline Magazine. Today we're testing the new Bentley Bentayga Speed, and according to Bentley this is the world's fastest production SUV. But more on that in a bit. First of all, I want to show you something that I think's a little bit more interesting. This Bentley Bentayga Speed is a beautiful place to spend time. This interior is absolutely stunning. I mean, just look at it. The quality of the materials. Look at all this leather. Alcantara in a Bentley, I love that. And just look at all the carbon fibre. We've got carbon for the dash, carbon for the centre console, carbon for the doors. And I mean, this is a Bentley, so you can spec it out however you want it. This interior colour here, to you and me, red. But no, not to Bentley. Bentley don't do red. This is called cricket ball. And you know what, it's stunning. I think I'd spec this, actually. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then there's the small details. You've got the aluminium surrounds on some of these dials. Look at these pulleys for the vents. Look how well damped they are. That's just, there's absolute quality in that. And even the knurling on some of these buttons and dials, it's just exquisite. It's just a gorgeous place to spend time. This is what you pay for with a Bentley. This is what the experience is all about. And my eyes keep being drawn to this infotainment. Now, earlier in the year we had the new Continental GT on test, and that had the up-to-date MMI infotainment system in the dash with the scrolling display with the clock faces. It was gorgeous. And actually this Bentayga Speed doesn't have that. This is the old unit, and actually there's still some plasticky buttons around the side here, but because everything else is so good, you kind of just forgive it for it, really. No, this is a lovely place to spend time. We've got the upgraded name hi-fi. For me, the best in-car speakers I've ever heard. That is just absolutely incredible. No, this is lovely. This is the place to be when you want to go for a nice drive. And of course you get in it, you take it all in, and then you start it. And you hear that twin turbocharged 6-litre W12 roar into life. And then you select drive and you go. Right, so some background information for you guys. There's three types of Bentley Bentayga. There's an entry-level V6, which is a hybrid. There's a V8 petrol car, which replaces the old V8 diesel. And we've got this, the Bentley Bentayga Speed, which has the same twin turbocharged 6-litre W12 engine from the Bentley Continental GT. So we've got power outputs of 626 brake horsepower, 664 foot-pounds of torque, and a 0 to 60 time of 3.9 seconds. This is the world's fastest SUV. Technically, on paper, there isn't an SUV that's faster than this. It will do 190 miles an hour, which is outrageous really when you think about it. In comparison, a Lamborghini Urus, slow, 189.5 miles an hour. But in the real world, I wouldn't say this is as fast as an Urus. Trust me, it's got plenty of straight line poke. We're not lacking in that department, not at all. But just across the ground, the way that Lambo defies the laws of physics with the way it goes around corners, yeah, this thing just wouldn't see which way an Urus went in the real world. And that car, even though it's not as fast, top end, I know we're talking about half a mile an hour, but bear with me, it's a lot more, it accelerates a lot better. It makes for the horizon you know, a lot more briskly than this does, shall we say. But you know what, this is a completely different prospect to an Urus. That car's great, but if you want luxury and you want comfort and also you want that straight line performance as well, then you know, that's what a Bentley's all about, surely. But what is this Bentley Bentayga Speed actually like to drive when you find a twisty bit of road like this one? Well, first thing you need to know is we've got multiple driving modes. So there's a custom mode, which I never touch those things. We're in comfort at the moment. You've got Bentley, which is kind of like a middle ground between comfort and the next mode, which is sport. Now we're in sport, and first of all, listen to this. That W12 engine, oh, it just sounds so good. It's loud and it's noisy, but not in an obnoxious type of way. It's really smooth. It sounds really classy. I'm a big fan of it. And on a twisty road like this, the body composure is actually quite good. I mean, you're still always trying to defy the laws of physics. It's still a 2.5 ton, really tall SUV, okay? And so there's always going to be an amount of body roll when you go around a corner. But Bentley use a 48 volt anti-roll control system. So basically, it helps keep the body control tight when you're going around a corner. Yeah, okay, that's a lot of straight line performance. Yeah, the 48 volt anti-roll system's quite good actually, because when you're going around the corner, you can feel the car just wanting to just sort of lean, and you get this sense that you can feel the system working beneath you and just helping you, just almost propping the car up and making sure that it stays nice and level. Yeah, it's an interesting way of going quickly round a corner. The other thing you need to know is that these ride on air suspension, and so it doesn't matter what mode you're in. In fact, I'm going to just pop it back into comfort for the moment. It doesn't matter what mode you're in, you always have Bentley quality ride comfort, and just overall ride quality is just absolutely excellent in this car. It always wants to protect you and sort of almost cosset you from the road surface beneath you. It's a lovely place to spend time, and like I said, that's in every driving mode. You never really get this sense that you're driving over an awkward or abrasive surface. The trickery with the air suspension is absolutely excellent. One thing that I don't like is this 8-speed ZF gearbox. So it's quite sluggish actually. It's really slow to respond, and I know super fast gear changes aren't necessarily in this car's repertoire, but I do want something just a little bit snappier because it is on the slow side. Apart from that, you know, like I said, big 2.5 ton SUV, you know, if you want it to be sporty-ish, it will do it. And for me, it walks a nice balance between ride comfort all the time and actually getting you around a corner sort of nice and neatly. If you're the shy and retiring type, then the Bentley Bentayga Speed is not the car for you. It's big, it's thirsty, it sounds like thunder, and has enough road presence to make a Range Rover look modest. It's also utterly beguiling. In a world that's intent on downsizing, running away from petrol and making the car less offensive, Bentley are sticking to their brand values and giving us cars that ooze pomp and prestige. Driving the Bentayga Speed feels like an occasion. Not only is it silly fast and surprisingly good at going round corners, but it wafts along in a manner that only the very finest luxury vehicles are capable of. When the engine and sports exhaust pipe down, you can travel in near silence, as if the Bentley wants to do nothing more than separate you from the outside world. It's a special place to sit and an even better car to spend considerable time in. Fast cars are wonderful, but luxury vehicles are more enjoyable for longer periods, and that is the party trick that the Bentayga Speed plays best. You know what? I'm really impressed with this Bentley Bentayga Speed. Obviously drove the Urus previously. That video is still on YouTube, by the way. You should definitely go and check that out. And I was kind of, before this car arrived, I was thinking to myself, am I going to like it as much as the Lambo? Is it going to be a better car? Is it, you know, what's the situation going to be really? Because in terms of place in the market, the Urus is this car's really only true competitor. I know you can buy a Range Rover, a top spec Range Rover, autobiography. But you know, even that's 150, 160 grand. This car with spec, £236,000 is what we're driving here. And it starts from about £182,000. So these things aren't cheap. But the main question is it better than an Urus? Truthfully, I couldn't tell you. I think we're going to have to get both those cars on test and do a twin test with them, and that is something that we are going to try and arrange. So bear with us on that. What I would say though is this: if you want to brag to your friends about having the world's fastest SUV, then this is the car that you go for. If you want the most luxurious SUV this side of a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, then again, you have to go for the Bentley. If you're looking at a Bentley Continental GT and you're thinking to yourself, I really like that, but actually I've got a family, I need something a little bit more practical, then this has the same engine. It's a Bentley, it's fast, it's comfortable, it's beautifully made, the materials are excellent. This would be the car that you would go for, surely. Most importantly though, out of all of those things, is that actually this is a Bentley, and as far as I'm concerned, nobody does this type of thing quite like the boys and girls over at Crew do. It's a really, really lovely car, and I'm a big fan. So, to conclude, we're going to give it a red line rating. I reckon this is a solid 9 out of 10. And I'll tell you what, we'll try and get that Bentayga Speed Urus twin test set up. How about that, yeah? In the meantime, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more exciting reviews that we have coming up, and we'll see you soon.